Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? 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 Okay. Look like all y'all in the building. Well, all of y'all. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the RWMN. Yes, that Rockwood B Nation crew alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. Right here with y'all. It's your man D Real. It's Thursday, so we must be live on Thursday. About the draft, who after that first round you looking for? Because this has not been. I mean, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward gone. What we looking for, Theo? What we looking for, bro? Okay. Yeah, I get alerts. So, they're like, because I mean, do we want to watch all the fanfare? Well, it ain't even fanfare. When I watch the draft, the payoff ain't, you know what I mean? Who, if they ain't going to my team, if they ain't going to my team, why do I care? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nice to know who's in the league with you. I mean, and I'm sure there's a list that's printed out somewhere. So, I mean, I don't know. A long time ago, I used to get all thrilled to pieces about the draft, but now it ain't. But as you will. But hello, everybody. Hey, Gary, madam, how you doing? Good to see you. Groovy, how you doing? Good to see you. Anansi, what's going on? Y'all pulling up in here. And like I said, man, my brother Theo's in here, so it's a whole show. No, it ain't got nothing to do with picking last. Nothing to do with picking last. Everything to do with like the fanfare of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't the thrill, the fanfare. I guess from your standpoint, yeah, I guess I could see that. You know what I mean? But it just, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I don't know. Travis Hunter went to the Jags. They did need a receiver. Okay. Kamayo King in the building. What's up? I'm gonna wait. We're about two, three more minutes. And then I'm gonna jump off into what I'm gonna jump off into. I got some dynamic viewpoints tonight. And if it's lurkers in here, they gonna get some good material. See, this is where the good material at. I share with the Rock With Me Nation. I ain't out there giving it all away or trying not to. But hey, pump up the views, damn it. Pump up the views. You know what I'm saying? We on our way to a thou wow, and that's when things start happening. At least for me, that's when things gonna start happening. I'm gonna get all of these junks, these social medias simultaneously linked, and then we just gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be up. Okay. All right. Well, I am in contention with the draft, apparently. Especially for folks who need them key positions and are getting them fulfilled. Titans, Jags, they seem to be happy campers. Shoot, my man, my homeboy Ant, that's he a Titans fan. As soon as he found out they had Cam Ward, he's like, I'm done. I don't need to watch anything else. You know what I'm saying? So And then too, man, got to make them moves. Got to make them moves in free agency, baby. Got to make them moves in free agency. You dig? My man said, "What's up?" Got the draft on in the background. I am fighting with the draft. That's all right though. That's all right though. I like to fight. I use the box. So you know what I'm saying. It ain't no thing that the body mechanics is still there. If I, you know what I mean, get to doing some things. See, look at you. Well, perfect. I know exactly which topic I want to jump off with. Since we gotta be able to read the room, gotta be able to read the room. Since I got all my sports loving homies up in this piece. Boom. Let's talk about my man. I like that picture. Let's talk about my man for a second. Bruh. How or should I say, how did you sit in a room with Cat Williams and not absorb any of the lessons? Shannon? None. Not a one. Yeah. Now, let me first say, I am not in the room to run down a black man. I'm trying not to, but I hope that in pointing out error, there is enlightenment. Okay, now I know she 20 something. Well, that ain't necessarily the same woman. I saw that picture and I said he ha ha. If you are in a relationship that is purely sexual, how it turned into what it turned into. See, this is why I have never ventured into the world of BDSM. They all always safe words and all of that sort of thing and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right. What happened when somebody squeeze too hard, pull too long, go too deep, hit you with something you don't want to be hit with? Yeah, you can say pineapples all you want, but what if that mug get carried away? Not to say that's what happened with my man. What I'm getting at is, if you notice the nature of the relationship, why ain't you moving accordingly? Negro, you Shannon Sharp. You apparently worth at least 50 million. You got to be wary of how you move, my G. And I know he done heard that from 10, 11, 50,000 people. I know he has. I know he's heard that. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, whatever you doing, probably shouldn't have been that. Or with that particular person. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who you in the room with. And that ain't got nothing to do with the color of your skin. It does, but it don't. You feel me? It's some others that are down to keep their mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying. Hey, I ain't gotta worry about that type shit. So I'm not tripping. Ain't nobody whipping and locking and chaining and beating and stretching, pulling and choking and all of that kind of craziness. I mean, if that's what you into, cool. But I mean, I know. Well, see, you're gonna make me speak. You're gonna make me speak that kind. What I meant, Kamoyo, was know who you in the room with as far as what you can and cannot do. That have nothing to do with color, my friend. Trust me. And know who you in the room with before all that happened. Sometimes all it takes is a very candid conversation. Some people need to be shown. And if you know how far you are and aren't willing to go, that works out. If you have standards, you know what I'm saying? But we talk about, okay, let me make sure I word this correctly. The young lady is a purveyor of information on OnlyFans. So if you willing to do things on camera for people you ain't never seen before, not judging, something was turning. Something had to be turning. Or was it turning down there? I do not know. I tell you what I do know. Y'all ain't gonna have me up in court with some female talking about he did this, that, and the third to me, and I'm gonna need some money so I'll feel better about myself. Nah, man, nah. Ain't gonna and even if I wasn't, we ain't tying nobody up. We ain't choking nobody. You know what I'm saying? You go, oh, choke me, daddy, choke me. And then you get to choking and you find out, oh, this is a Hall of Fame tight end you asking to choke you. I mean, I ain't saying the man ain't got no technique, but I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't want that man to have to part with no whole bunch of his money if he didn't do nothing that this woman is claiming he did. But let's get to the thick of this situation. Do you know who the young lady's attorney is? This Busby fella that's known for representing young ladies who either sue athletes or celebrities. He's the one who was bringing the defamation suit against Jay-Z. Oh, now that shit's starting to click. It ain't even about Shannon. It's about Shannon's money. Because if you sexually assaulted, why ain't you asking for him to be put in jail? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But I mean, we knew that, right? You only after people like Jay-Z and Shannon and professional athletes and stuff like that. That don't look good on your resume. And you represented by a cat who's in it to, you know what I'm saying? Put the screws to folks. You feel me? Purposely. It's what it is, right? I mean, put two and two together, come up with a snake ass lawyer. That's what I got out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you get in a room with a lawyer and you be like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then you talk to a lawyer for about 5-10 minutes and they be like, I might. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I mean? And that's where I am with it. You know what I mean? I hope the best for the man. I hope the best for the man. I hope the best for the man. Now, speaking of black men getting done dirty. Oh, I'm great on the segues tonight. Speaking of black men getting done dirty. They canceled Papa's house, y'all. They canceled Papa's house, y'all. What? Why they canceled Papa's house? Because wasn't enough of us watching? Or we didn't think the show was good? Or we didn't think the show was funny? Or, you know what I'm saying? What happened with Pop? Me personally, I enjoyed the show. I did. I liked it. I mean, it was a positive black role model being a positive role model for his son, who's also trying to be a positive role model for his children and wife. And it's a comedy. Situational. You know what I mean? So it wasn't funny enough, or it was too many black people on the screen, or what? Y'all like, we tired of these damn Wayans? What? Why? You know what I'm saying? It be some bull crap shows that just stay on forever. I will say it to this very day. I will die on this hill. Friends ran for like 11, 12 seasons, and it was a fucking rip of Living Single. It even came on the same damn night. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. Now, we don't have enough, and I think my man Theo did a video where he was talking about, all we watching is Power and BMF and that kind of stuff, Empire, you know what I'm saying, P-Valley, those kind of shows, and that's the only way we ever getting depicted. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that world, but I don't live there. You know what I'm saying? And when I watch a show on TV, I want to see a show that reflects me. I want to see a show that, minus the damn sweaters, that I can identify, because Damon Wayans in real life is like 64. Same area. I get it. I identify with it. It was cool. And it just poof. You know what I'm saying? They just canceled that jump. I know it. Y'all talking a lot in the chat. I'ma skip the draft stuff. And I'm gonna read the comments that pertain to what I was talking about. Nah, my feelings ain't hurt. Oh, back to Shannon. Grandmadam say why? Because he's a man, Grandmadam. And men will do what men do. Sometimes she did something. I'm gonna tell you, when they was horizontal and naked she did something to him and had him tripping. She hit that spot. That's what happened. So yeah, they can keep the I ain't into that, y'all. I don't get down with the rough stuff neither. $25 a cheek. Never mind. I'm not gonna ask. I know better. Theo say, bro, I feel bad for him, but I wish he would have been. We all do, man. Because how you gonna be at the top of your game? Yeah. Oh, and then on top of that, he said, I'm gonna step away from ESPN for a little while until I can get all of this bug crap resolved. See? Yeah, I'm. You got to be careful out here in these streets. You gotta be. Mario say, society will burn me to the ground if a vanilla chick coughed and I was too close. No thanks. That's a good policy to maintain, sir. In regard to the buzz below here, Buzzball looking to set up dummies. Insert Shannon. Oh, Shannon. Theo say, if that vanilla chick ain't shaped like Mary J. Blige or Sanaa Lathan, she lying. Yeah, she's just a skinny little white girl with no butt. But hey, who knows? Maybe. I'm telling you, Grand Madam, that skinny little white girl with no butt did something to his hoo-hoo, and he is, hey, because what other explanation is it? What other explanation is it? I've seen Shannon Sharp's daughter. He know what sisters look like. Anyway. Okay, the Damon Wayne. Why cancel a solid black show? We know why. Yeah, and somebody said it. Paul Martin right here. CBS keeps shows on forever. Two Broke Girls. Man, it's a bunch of shit on CBS. I didn't really. Matter of fact, it wasn't a whole bunch of stuff I watched on CBS. You know what I mean? I think Tulsa King. Well, and I got Paramount Network anyway, so that's how I get most of my CBS anyway. I can select what CBS I want to be bothered with. Grand Map says she like Papa House. She like anything. I think Damon Wayans is funny in the right situation. This works for him, in my opinion, because he's playing to his elder statesman. You know what I'm saying? He's not pretending to try to be some young cat. Because I got a bunch of friends, man. They in their 50s and they trying to pretend like they in their 30s or still trying to do young guy stuff. And it's like, bro, they're going to catch up. They're going to catch up all at once, too. I especially like Essence Atkins. Hey, Black Panther, how you doing? You like Essence Atkins? She all right. Yes, Black Panther. Theo said they want our shows to perform as well as their shows, even though they don't watch our shows like we watch theirs. That's why, Theo, things like BET are so important. You can't say, there's got to be something where we can go to and just 100% do us. Honestly, that ain't never going to be network TV because we don't own network TV. Paul Martin say, Damn funnier in sketch comedy and movies. I could see that. Understand that with the Orange Man in power, media is trying to turn back the clock on black folks winning. See, I was reading his comment. I was all caught up in it. Sad part, Kamoyo, is I think this is the first time since I've been living where we as blacks act like we're not pressed about who the president is. Everyone else is freaking out. Yeah and no. The people who don't know the impact and the people who have never had to struggle in their lives are scared shitless. Because poor people know about struggling. Black people sure know about struggling. It's them other folks who ain't never had to struggle that's going to learn how to do some new stuff with their food and their house and their car and all of that just to be making the ends meet. Shamar Moore had to fight to keep SWAT on for the past 2 seasons. I know, right? Latifah show Equalizer might be in its 3rd season. Yeah, they finna do something with that too. Cedric's show Neighbors has been on a while. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Can I hit y'all with some stuff that y'all probably wasn't thinking about? Shift gears. All right. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, even though I did do a video about this very topic. I'm going to talk about this for a hot second. And if you want to talk about it with me too, you can do so. Okay. Silver Surfer. A lot of people say, well, the Silver Surfer has been a woman in comics. Okay. That statement is true, but not in the way people who are in the know. Okay. If you didn't watch my video last night, there are approximately, are you ready? Are you ready? There are approximately 2 stories in all of comics, Marvel anyway, that have a female Silver Surfer in them. So I ask you, is 2 appearances by an obscure ass character enough to supplant the original that's been around over 50 years? Bad decision making. Bad ass decision making. You want me to tell you what's even more of a worse situation? 2 things. Number 1, that should have been Frankie Ray. That should have been Nova. You had a female Herald of Galactus already. Oh, because her fire is hotter than Johnny Storm. We don't want to flame envy? Is that what we worried about? Number 2, this might have worked if you stopped flipping so many damn universes. You know why this would have worked in the main 1/9 quad 9 universe? You know why this would have worked? Because in another universe, Hercules has a granddaughter who becomes a Silver Surfer. Great way to tie off that bullshit ass story right there. Nobody asked to see Hercules. Nobody wanted to see Hercules. Nobody cared to see Hercules. But now that you got a Silver Surfer fee, you know what I'm saying? Put your crap ass stuff together and make it, they don't link up like the first, like phase 1 through 3 used to. So yet another reason why ain't nobody okay with you. Okay. And that's pretty much all I had to say about that. But I did hear a rumor, and I did watch a video about that somebody in this chat made about that guy doing Blue Marble. Ryan Coogler, I think most people in the know are already of the thought process of Ryan. Don't ever make another superhero movie again if you can help it. I get it. Ryan Coogler's winning. He got full control at the studio. He got total control over the IP. He's making moves. I get it. Move over there and do some more stuff. Don't make no more superhero movies. Don't make no more Black Panther movies. Move, because somebody was talking about, oh yeah, like he could do the Black Superman. He can bring up the Val Zod and hey, slow down. The man is in his element, killing shit. Let him do horror movies. Let him do horror movies. He said he wanted to do another horror-based project. I forget what it was, but he said he wanted to do a Twilight Zone. I think it was something. Anyways, he wanted to do horror. Let the man do horror. He seems to be better at it than superhero movies. He's not handicapped. He can kill literally whoever he wants to, whenever he wants to, how freaking ever he wants to. Let him do that. Blue Marvel? Nah, fam. Nah. And that seems to be the resounding consensus about that particular topic. Like, bruh, if you dream about making a damn superhero movie of any kind anymore, we don't want to see no more superhero movies from you. You be too heavy on the death, brother. Slow down. You feel me? Yeah. So let me, y'all in these comments. Black Panther hate they cancel SWAT. Hey, they try and make America great again. Essence is a black female version of David Boreanaz. Always working. Though she might be a jinx, her shows don't last. Damn. For a Fantastic Four movie, Theo say, bro, I'm going to let them be great with the Fantastic Four movie. They already in fighting. So you're saying Frankie Ray would have made more sense if they had to use a woman? Imagine that. Kamayo said they can keep Toilet Ball and that ugly FF cast. Damn. Isn't there an aquatic-based Herald of Galactus, that's a woman as well. Yes. And if you wanted to use Airwalker, why didn't you just make Airwalker a woman? Nobody cares about Airwalker. You could have just made that a woman and nobody would have said nothing. I guarantee you wouldn't nobody have said nothing because most people don't even know who the Airwalker is. And that he was a Herald of Galactus. If you know, you know. It's the agenda still going on in Hollywood. Norrin Radd is the only Silver Surfer that matters. So we gonna recast Norrin Radd. Oh, they went with Toilet Ball to antagonize men. Just like to any other gender swap in Marvel, it will tank the movie. And they ain't figured that out yet. And I see they, Sue ain't being her timid, demure self. They're like, that bullshit for the 60s. We ain't timid no more. And she's gonna be pivotal in the Silver Surfer flipping and going against Galactus. Oh, like we didn't know that. Okay, we just playing more into it. Got it. Still ain't gonna save the movie. Russo's have more control in the MCU now. Coogler wants X-Files. You know what? That will be great for him. More power to you, right, guy. You need to go for X-Files, my G. Do that. Do that. Make Airwalker non-binary and genderless. Hey, ain't nobody thinking about Airwalker. You know what I'm saying? And you could do all of that to Airwalker. Airwalker is literally a character nobody cares about. He's always like the MacGuffin or something in the stories he's been in. So I don't think nobody would care. Honestly, I really don't. But to read comic books to know that. Okie dokie dokie. Recast Marvel. Hey, Paul, as far as I'm concerned, they ain't had a Marvel in the MCU. Talk to me quick, brother. You feel me? And speaking of DC and DC-based characters, I have a question. Who's winning right now? The MCU or the DCU? Bear in mind, the DCU has already put out a feature that has been considered a hit. That is part of the DCU proper. This show exists in the same universe as the Superman movie that is coming out this summer. Which one did you enjoy more? Creature Commandos or what Marvel put out this year? It was them shows, them TV shows. Was it something? Did you like that more than? See what I'm saying? And in my mind, Daredevil don't count because Kevin Feige ain't had shit to do with it. All he put on there was an executive producer credit. He ain't had nothing to do with the intricate twists and turns of the story because folks that's doing Daredevil read comic books. And what's their schedule? They're gonna do a Batman with Damian. They gonna do a Batman with Damien. And they calling it the Brave and the Bold for some reason. I don't know why. Lanterns. It has been hinted that not only will Sinestro be a villain in Lanterns, but potentially a version of Atrocitus and Black Hand. Well, yeah, Blackest Night, people. We're going to get a live action version of Necron, hopefully. And maybe even a Blackest Night. Who knows? Now, see, here go my wheels turning again. Wouldn't it be cool if they got enough characters in the DCU to have something culminate into a Blackest Night type event? So who wouldn't be down for that? So again, I ask you right now, who's winning? The MCU or the DCU? And an Authority movie? The Authority? And we know how the Authority, if you've read an Authority comic book, we know how the Authority gets down. They checking off all those boxes. Gayness? Yes. Excessive violence? Yes. All the things you want to see in your superhero movie. Bruh. Me and mine personally, we think the MCU getting the doo-doo beat out of them. But that's just us. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking in the comments. Is the MCU winning? Like they dominated, cinematically? Or is Marvel getting ready to come back with Thunderbolts? Is Marvel getting ready to come back with Fantastic Four? Yeah. So let's take some of these comments and see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, Coogler, go have Mulder and Scully have a baby out of wedlock. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Nazi. I think Coogler lost interest in the BP franchise once Chadwick passed. He's just fulfilling his contractual would be why they should let him on out. They should let him out of that contract. Panthro. Last MCU thing I saw and watched was Endgame. Anything else has been on short clips on YouTube. I ignore the MCU completely. But he is hyped for Lanterns. Hey, and you and Theo get your first light-skinned superhero. You enjoy. I actually am too. I'm glad that James Gunn ain't making a total mess. The Engineers in Superman. Aha. Ooh. Once Superman knocks the FF in the dirt, it's a wrap. Lobo and Supergirl, played by Jason Momoa. The role he was freaking meant to play. I mean, when you look at Jay, you like, he kind of look like Lobo. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that joint was right on freaking time for him to play Lobo. I'm digging that. I'm digging the whole vibe and energy of that. Give me a second. Real quick, I wanna shift gears real quick, and I'm gonna do a video on Ultimate Black Panther, but I got questions, and they're not the questions that you think that you think I'm gonna ask. They are not those questions. Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 15. How are we feeling about that? The costume. A throwback to the OG stuff. It's a nice homage. Overall, though, I was concerned about the story. A little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I was concerned, too, about this right here. First question. Who is this dude? Second question. Why is he holding his own against the Black Panther? Is this dude going to turn out to be somebody later on who is very formidable and is nice with his hands and is nice? You know, is that who that dude's going to Ari, or is that who he's going to become? Or is this just like for this story arc? Help me. I need to know. Help me. I need to know. Nothing? Nobody's got nothing. Oh, he's probably got some protective gear on it. What that got to do, because he got kicked before this in the face by T'Challa. He got kicked one. Was T'Challa pulling his punches? Let's do that. Let's do that. Got kicked in the face, got pushed back, got kneed, and kicked in the face again. How come he knocking folks out? Did that same kick Concho in the face? He good for kicking people in the face, ain't he? But he ain't laying nobody out. I mean, actually, he didn't even lay this guy out. So, come on, y'all. Brian, I have been talking your book up. Everybody talking about, this book is boring. T'Challa ain't doing nothing. Okay, this book got some action, and then when you do give me some action, I mean, explain who this guy is. I want to know who he is, or who he's going to become, or what. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that guy, he doesn't seem to be superhuman in any way. So he's able to hold his own against the heart-shaped earth. Okay. Black Daredevil. Theo said T'Challa's still roundhousing folks. Yes, he is. He is still roundhousing folks. he kicked this dude twice and didn't lay him out. You ever been kicked in your head twice inside of a couple seconds? Twice. Let alone kicked in your head twice within a couple seconds by T'Challa. That should mean something. That should mean more than, oh, I'm out fighting you. Hey, I'm Mortal Kombat. Finish him. But I mean, he got finished. Wink, wink. But just that was something I was absorbing. That was on the radar. So how come? You know what I mean? Yeah. B, Brian, come on, we got to do something about that, fam. I need T'Challa housing cats like that. I need him just be one roundhouse and that cat's finished. Couple pushes, punch, that guy's finished. I'm not out here trading blows with normies. Unless that normie is someone exceptional. Mario say, I feel that this T'Challa is up against other enhanced opponents, especially if the Moon Knight has operatives. What is his power level? I think what bothers people is that Hill doesn't name these opponents. Yeah, because I mean, T'Challa done ran up against a couple of people and got, handled. Got handled. So, yo, let that be what it is, right? T'Challa ain't muscling up the way he supposed to be muscling up. That's, I guess, am I? What am I seeing? You know what I mean? There it is right there. There it is right there. What am I seeing? Tell me what I'm seeing. Because I'm seeing what I'm seeing, and I see failure to finish. It just, maybe it's me. I don't know. That's how I feel. Just, hey, you're gonna end them. End them. You know what I mean? Get that mug off the board. Take them off the table. Period. Point blank. Like that. Get them off the table. Question. I have a question. If we're done with that, because I don't see nobody else saying nothing at all. Real quick, like. This is engaging. We were talking about black action figures, right? We've talked about black action figures on this channel all the time. And black action figures are where you find them. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black action figures, 5 and 1 custom. That's okay. Save it for the video. I will be doing a video. Hopefully by then you will have picked up your issue. If you haven't, you can still leave a comment because the video will be there. Anyway, they're from different lines even. And it's just here. I'll let you see what I see. Okay. We representing Black. We first got to represent the sisters. And who better to represent the sisters than Vixen? I like this particular version of Vixen, but I wouldn't mind having the one where she's got the red hair and the and the beads coming out the back. You know what I mean? That was a really, I don't know, I guess silly looking outfit. But yeah, there you go. That is that's a 6-inch version. And you know, she working with a little something. She working with a little something. She working with a little something. So next time somebody tell you D-Real is misogynoir or misogynist, tell them I got these. And I got more than one of these. Now, this particular Okoye is a great representation of the actress who played her, Danai Gurira. But there are some cases where it's hard to tell. Sometimes you have to be a fan. I mean, you really have to. Case in point. What action figure is this? First, do you even know who that's supposed to be? I'll tell you the character's name. Her name is Val. But what the hell is she from? Have I been called what directly, Panthro? As I contemplate and wait for the answer. Yeah, that's from Solo, that terrible Star Wars movie. That is supposed to be an action figure made in the likeness of Tandy Newton. That look like kinda. Does that look like Tandy Newton to you? Huh. Well, yeah, what it is, y'all. Panther say massage or whatever. That's how I be feeling about it sometimes too. And we got Senna. That hood can come off. But I think she looks good like that, don't you? She's got this big, gigantic ass gun that comes with the figure. It's anime love to make everything like super duper bigger. Oh, misogynoir. It has been implied many times in social media circles that I am misogynoir or misogynist. And I'm like, man, y'all better shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? And all the videos I do on female characters and issues with women and all of that kind of stuff, man, I wish somebody would say it to my face. You know what I'm saying? So, did you say, it's got Tandy's weird eyes? He said, you've been called it, but it don't have no effect on you. It don't have no effect on me either, but I like to drive the point home because it's like that's the spire you're going to spit down at me from. You can do better than that. Over to Marvel Legends. The angriest 14-year-old of them all, Eldon Holiday, aka Rich. He was a member of the New Warriors until he wasn't a member of the New Warriors. He was trained by Night Thrasher and showed that he learned his lessons well by kicking Night Thrasher's ass. Thank you, Paul Martin. I'm a girl dad. How the fuck I'm gonna be misogynoir or misogynistic? You know what I mean? But see, you wouldn't know that because yeah, I share with y'all and I talk to y'all, so y'all know those kind of things. So it's like that's ridiculous. If I can remember, I need to pick up the action figure genre. She's the black one. Yeah, I have it. Da, 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 da. Yes, I have that one in Nancy. So yeah, I think I did a video where I 28 days of black action figures. I think one of the black action figures was black Star Wars figures, and Jenna is in there. So I have Jenna and Senna. Jenna and Senna. Ooh, that's a TikTok video coming up. Anyways, speaking of Marvel Legends, Hasbro renewed their contract. Nice. He said, I got rage too. Oh, then, sir, allow me to throw you this right here. Take a Sentry body, some Vance Astro hands, and y'all see Mr. Lashley right there. I got a lot of Sentry bodies. Is that weird? I have 3 Sentry bodies. No, it's not weird because how easy is that to customize? How easy would it be to make this into the Blue Marvel? I'll probably use a different head though. Probably wouldn't use Bobby Lashley's head for that, and I've got a head for it. So that's the beginnings of a custom. You know what I mean? We do's what we do's over here in Action Figure Central to keep moving the needle. You know what I mean? At the house customs. Mario say, I get nailed with that dumb term whenever a sister comes at me with white talking points and I debate rings around them. They get mad, then toss that out. That is one way of doing it. Shoot, I had dudes call me misogynoir. Can you imagine that? Titan. Oh. Maybe I could get a custom of a bald head man in a domino mask. Or I could paint a domino mask on Bobby Lashley. And he could be Titan the Ultraman. Titan ain't got no cape, though. And I like this cape. As I said, I got several Sentry bodies. So, yeah, we could probably fix that problem. I like this Sentry. This was back when they was, had the fold up hands, and you could make a fist by closing it up, and you didn't have to have no change of hands. Remember those days? I've been grabbing these legends a long time, y'all. A long time. What's wrong with that? We want distinct hands. Well, y'all asked for it. Y'all got it. Even, got the detail in the feet, a feature that went on to be featured McFarlane line. I guess they thought being able to pose your toes is useful by Jiggity Jupes. Blue Marvel or Dr. Mist. Look at y'all. I forgot all about Dr. Mist. Okay. All right. Look at you. Now is he coming up with the black characters, I like that. Well, y'all, those are all the action figures I have they ain't, but y'all already saw this one. Y'all seen this one a bunch of times. Y'all call it my evil avatar, apparently. And away he goes. Oh, okay. 7 inches. 7-inch action figures. 7-inch action figures. You get an inch more than 6. But what do you lose in quality? I don't think really anything. Depends on the line. NECA makes 7-inch action figures. DC Multiverse makes 7-inch action figures. Who else? Oh, let me look. Spin Master. I forgot all about Spin Master. Spin Master makes these. You don't have them jazz hands like Theo does on his Mr. Fantastic. I have them, but they just, we'll go with that. I ain't. Does who have a hood, Kamoya? Somebody here? One of these? Not to my knowledge. Yeah, what are we talking about? Hit me up. See, that body works great. Paint that neck up. Probably have to take that belt off because that's obviously the Sentry. So it's a nice looking figure though. He's got the musculature and all that, and then you got these, cool. Me like it much. Okay. I am not going to belabor the point. Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 7. Caught y'all flat-footed, didn't I? Okay. That was a story arc called The Lady and the Tiger. Is anybody in the chat familiar with the, I guess it's a short story anecdote about the Lady and the Tiger? Paul Martin's a librarian. He might be familiar with the Lady and the Tiger. Oh, does the evil me have a hood? This one? Nah. No hood, but he's got body armor. Wishing a month wood. So anybody? Nobody? Okay. I'm going to move. Move. They said, what? What is his problem? Okay. Lady and the Tiger. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a princess. This princess was in love with a lower born man. Of course, Daddy didn't like that. So, Daddy told him, I'm going to give you a choice, sir. Behind one of these doors is a lady that you have loved and would love to be with. Behind the other door, it's a tiger. You open that door up, he's going to eat your ass up. Now, here's the twist on this story. The princess, who he wants to be with, is up in the stands. She's watching him in the arena choose either a lady or a tiger. But here's the diabolical part. Here's how much of an a-hole the king was. The king went out and found one of this dude's exes, somebody who he really was in love with at one point, but this was before he met the princess. But you could be with her, you marry her, woo, 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 so on and so forth. So if you choose one door, you're punishing yourself. If you choose another door, you're punishing your lady. So which door do you choose? Guess what? The princess got knowledge of who was behind what door before she actually was out there and he was out there having to make a choice. And she let him know she knew. And she said, I will let you know by tilting my head one way or the other, ever so slightly, as not to be noticed. Who did she tell him to pick? Diana spends most of her life during this Wonder Woman comic book trying to figure this riddle out as it relates to her right now, because her and her mama Cersei are captives of Hades. Hades in the underworld? Yeah, Hades in the underworld. And Persephone, daughter of Demeter, goddess of the hearth and wife of Hades, is in this story too. And she plays an important role in this story. Now, as we all know from Persephone's story, I named my daughter Persephone, so I know the story. Wherever Persephone walks, life springs. So she's literally walking, and flowers and plants and grass and trees and shit are growing. She's that goddess. And this is who Hades kidnapped and took to the underworld to be his bride, and diabolically fed her pomegranate seeds, and she ate 6 pomegranate seeds. So each pomegranate seed represented a month that she had to spend in the underworld with Hades. So she's got to spend 6 months with him, 6 months with her mother. That's how we get spring and summer, fall and winter. When she's down in the underworld, her job slides. She can't make no life, so everything dies. Isn't that a lovely story? But anyway, that's Lady and the Tiger. And it ties in really wonderfully with this Absolute Wonder Woman story. But Absolute Wonder Woman, Ultimate Black Panther, that's all I got. Oh, you thought I had a whole bunch of comics? Not this month. And I'm canceling more Marvel titles. For real, D? For real. Okay. I think Timeless with Luke Cage and Ultimate Black Panther. That's all I'm really full. It might be one, maybe 2 more. Yeah, that's all I'm fooling with, y'all. I'm ready for Power Company. Y'all ready for Power Company? Y'all ready to see some more Power Company? That debuted in Power in February. The the oh so black DC magazine. I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see that. That is a team of Nubia, Tim Fox Batman, Signal, Bolt, and I want to say not Vixen. It isn't Vixen. Yeah, it is. I think it is. I have to you're gonna make me pull out my power book. Hang on a second. Ha! I got too much information at my disposal to be fooling around, not know. Yeah. Yeah. It was Vixen. It's Vixen. Yeah. Yeah. It's Vixen. Ooh, hey. I could make a power company. Hang on a second. Hang on. Do. Let me get a picture here. Josiah Power. He's a gangster. He seems like it. Yeah. Stop it. Okay, here we go. Bang. Being no hater. And now I brings the image to you. The Rock with Me Nation. Boom. Right there. Like that. That's a terrible picture. I can do better than that. Matter of fact, I got the damn book. I can just pull the book out. Anyway. Let's do that. Bam. Just give me a second. Boom. Oh. Boom. That looks like. That looks a little better. Yeah, let's throw that one up. Put this other one up. Yeah. Boom. Okay. What would it take? Okay. I already have the Batman. I already have Signal. I already have Vixen. Already have Cyborg. That's 4 down. Joe Moline. That's one to work on. I would love to get a Jessica Cruz and put a female head sculpt on there, a black female head sculpt, because Jessica Cruz got body. But her and Bolt. And of course Josiah Power, but I think that should be pretty easy to do. Part of Josiah Power. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Okay. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I could, but that we're gonna have to put that back on the list of things to do. Who could I get for that body for Josiah Power? I might have to like buy an actual cloth suit and put it on a big buff ass figure. That might that might work too. Okay. So Joe Moline and Bolt and Josiah. Okay. We got this. We got this. We got this. Okay, y'all. Oh, real quick. My bad. I need to. There it is right there. Bam. Hang on a second, y'all. Hang on a second, y'all. Hang on a second, y'all. Got one more thing I got to put down. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokes. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I say Jessica has body, yada yada. Yeah, she is. She's packing a load, man. Definitely packing a load. Okie dokes. Yeah, I got one more for y'all here. I don't know if somebody can tell me if how this is jumping off. Oh, hang on, Kamoyo. I'm gonna address that right there in 1 second. I have a Joe Fix-It with the pinstripe suit. It'd probably be a simple thing to make a pinstripe suit solid. As long as the pinstripes ain't deep. I have to look. I have to grab my Joe Fix-It out. Yeah. Okay. Good one. Good one. And he's got on those white gloves, and I can paint that to look stone. Okay. All right. It's coming together. Okay, it's coming together. So we got more than half the power company in the house already. What you say? Last thing I wanted to talk about tonight, y'all. Did y'all hear about Blumhouse and Atomic Monster Studios getting together to do a live action Gargoyles movie? How we feel about that? How we feel about that, y'all? A live action Gargoyles movie. There hasn't been a treatment or a screenplay or a script or anything come out, just talk. And it's been talk of a live action Gargoyles movie for years. Long as y'all let David Keith voice Goliath, it will work. As long as Keith David is voicing Goliath, everything else should just fall into place. Huge fan of the Gargoyle show. It for a afternoon, kids cartoon, man, it had a lot of grown themes. It had a lot of adult themes, a lot of pathos. I'm like, man, whoever writes Gargoyles is deep. You know what I mean? They bruh, why are y'all out here playing Disney? You messing around with a broken MCU, you need to be getting on that right there. Giving us a live action Gargoyles, giving me a live action Goliath in Broadway, in Bronx. Yeah, I need to see a live action Bronx and Hudson. And you gotta have that. Get somebody with a Scottish accent. Well, I mean, if you could get, hey, he's still alive, ain't he? Yeah, John Rhys Davies is still alive. Yeah. Have him do that thick, rogue accent that he has. Goliath, you should be careful, lad. Yeah, man. I am 100% down for a Gargoyle movie. That would sell. That would sell. That'd be the way they get my money back. If they did a Gargoyles, I'd be like, okay, I'm willing to come to the table about Gargoyles. But that about Marvel stuff, no compromise. No compromise. And if you can't compromise that, you ain't really gonna be able to compromise Gargoyles for me, because I'm gonna still be like, you're gonna give me Goliath, but you can't. There's no scenario where it don't go. You can give me A, but I can't get T'Challa. So I know it's a nice dream, though, right? Maybe they'd be willing to sell that IP to somebody. I don't know. Look at y'all. If you have been keeping up with the advertising and the talk and the memes and stuff that we have been posting for a better part of the week, my good friend Prof T, Tony, is going to be joining us tomorrow for Friday Vibe, and yeah. So we're gonna have us another conversation. If you want to know about things that are kind of like R&B and music related, or have a R&B kind of music sort of slant to it, those are kind of the things we'll be discussing. We're going to talk about some stuff y'all may like. We're going to talk about some stuff you may not like, because being an R&B musician, my friend has very eclectic tastes. We might even, find some time to talk about, the state of hip hop right now. But know ahead of time, there'll be a little bit of, kind of nerding and the usual vibe and stuff, but we're gonna be trying to get some good music talk. You know what I mean? And he's one of the couple guys I know that are actually have been and worked in the music industry and know the ins and outs and all of it. And so, if y'all got questions, don't be bashful in the chat. Don't be bashful. Come on out. If you got something you want to say, you got something you want to add, something you've always wondered about, like how the hell is Don Cheadle in that video dancing? And oh man, the real thing, man. If you ain't, go right now, as soon as we get off here, because I'm getting ready to wrap, go look up Angela Winbush, The Real Thing, and see Don Cheadle in that video dancing. You can thank me tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Y'all make sure y'all pull up tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Theo and I will be here vibing like we always vibe on Friday with my man Prof T. Look here, rock with me nation. Y'all pull up. Y'all always pull up. And I appreciate y'all pulling up. From Grand Madam to Kamoyo to Anansi to Black Panther, to my man Paul Martin and my homie Theo B. I thank y'all. And everybody I didn't mention, don't mean I didn't like you if I didn't mention you. But everybody that pulls up and continues to pull up, I appreciate it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like my man Theo say, you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here. And I don't take that for granted. Again, as a matter of fact, thank you and thank you and thank you. And I thank you for thanking me and letting me thank me for thank. Never mind. I'm gonna just go on here. Y'all can get back to watching the draft and all that. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. But y'all pull up tomorrow for the pull up. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.